Okay, good evening everybody. We're going to be going through the first entry in your practice set tonight. We've done it in class. We're going to do it here on the little video, and that's going to be Form 1 in Booklet 1. A Plus Flex Fitness Center, one of our vendors, is selling us some merchandise, and there's that beautiful picture taken by a terrific photographer. And you can see up here that the date stamped on it by our mail department when they opened it was April the 1st, even though they have a date of March the 29th. We're gonna use April the 1st, this stamp date, on any incoming documents for our date, 18,260. We're obviously buying this. We're not paying cash because here it is, terms net 30 means in 30 days we have to pay this. So our terms are, so that tells us we're not doing it in cash. So how do we enter something where we purchase something, purchase merchandise, well, purchase anything using accounts payable? And the answer is we go to the purchases journal. Here it is with the left-hand side of the page, and this is what we're going to be using tonight and in most of our entries, but there'll be quite a few entries that will require something in the store supplies column or an account that's not listed in one of these three columns, either store supplies, merchandise inventory, or accounts payable. Now, accounts payable is always going to be there. That's one of the things about this journal. We're buying things on account, so every line is going to have an entry under accounts payable. Okay. Here it is with the entry made. I've put the correct date, 2014, April 1, and then I've written the name of the vendor, A Plus Flex Fitness Center. And the amount. Remember, it was an $18,260 credit to accounts payable. So I put that there in this column. It was merchandise that we're going to sell, so I put 18,260 in this column. And you'll notice there's a dark line here, and they probably meant that to be to the left of the hundreds, right as a comma right there. But I like to have a place for my pennies, even though most of these entries don't have pennies. You're going to find a couple in this practice set that do, so if you'll get in the habit of making sure you have room for the pennies no matter what, you'll be in better shape. Okay, so I've entered this and I've captured it. Remember, we talked about capturing the wild animal. I've thrown the net over it, and now I need to put it in a cage. I need to find a way to put this into the books of the company, and the books are the ledgers. So here we go. I'm going to go to the subsidiary ledger for accounts payable, and I'm going to open it up to A Plus Flex Fitness Center. You notice here they have a balance of $14,560. The balance is assumed to be a credit balance unless you put parentheses around it because we only have one column for the balance. We have two columns for the transactions, one for the balance. I write balance here to let me know that's what that is. I put a check mark beside it saying that I have double checked putting this number down because it is hard to find an error. And then I'm going to go ahead and record my $18,260 entry from the purchases journal. And here we go. I've put the date of the entry, which, remember, it was stamped on there, April the 1st, a credit of $18,260, and this one works pretty good. The dark line is in the right place for us. And I add these up. The old balance is $14,560 credit. Here's a credit transaction of $18,260. Gives me a new balance of $32,820. Now I need to create my paper trail. What journal did this entry come from? It came from the purchases journal, so I'm going to put a P for purchases journal in the page it came from, which is number 1. And there we have P1 from the purchases journal. The other end of the paper trail needs to be done, and that is to let somebody know who's looking at the journal that this has been posted to the subsidiary ledger. And there we are in the in the purchases journal, where I've now put a posting reference here, a check mark just saying that this went to the subsidiary ledger. Usually when you see the check mark there, it means either subsidiary ledger or I've double checked a figure. That's what it means. Okay, all that's done, and there's one thing that I do. This is just me, but I think it's wise, and that is I'll go back to the original document, and I'm going to put a J at the top of this thing saying that I've journalized it. You can put a check mark, you can put a smiley face, you can do what you like. I would highly recommend this because you've got 61 entries to go, and if you miss one by chance, make sure that there's not a tick mark on there. Make sure that you don't have this something on there telling you that you've made this entry. Now I'm going to try to remember to put these always at the top right hand corner, so they'll be in the same place every time. Okay, and that is the first entry in your practice set. See if you can make a couple more.